And joining us now to talk more about sustainability is Clay Burtrum, the NCBA's Federation of State Beef Council's chair from Stillwater, Oklahoma. And Clay, given just how charged the social climate here is of late, how important is it for cattlemen and women across the country to really tell their great story about the beef cattle industry? And maybe while we're at it, how do you think that conversation is going to change in the future?
Well, Russell, thanks for having me here today. It's sure a lot greener here in Florida than it is in central Oklahoma right now. And who better than to tell their story than us as cattlemen? Who do consumers trust more than us to tell our story about sustainability and that great, wholesome, nutritious product of beef? It's best that they hear that from us as cattle producers.
Can you talk a little bit more, Clay, about what the perception is with consumers out there about our industry and this topic of sustainability, and maybe a little bit more about what they want out of us?
I think what they want to hear is how we produce that product. What are we doing to be sustainable on this land? Whether that's rotational grazing, to what kind of cows are we using to produce that great wholesome product, to what product are we putting on the shelves. I think we just saw that through this recent pandemic. The shelves were empty of our great wholesome product that we produce. You look at the packing industry, how the backup and the products that we have. You can't get a local locker to produce, to get in right now. So we see that people are demanding our great, wholesome, nutritious product that we're putting out each and every day.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, without question, we did see it during this COVID-19 pandemic, just how much more telling our great story goes and has an impact on their purchasing decisions. I guess go into further detail about why it's so important for us to tell that story.
It's just, we want to leave a legacy. You know, I've got daughters that want to continue to run this operation, my operation back in central Oklahoma. You know, just like the Blackbeard's Ranch that we're on today, they have a great story to tell. I have a great story to tell. Each one of you that are watching today have a story to tell. So we want to leave that legacy that we have on our operations, and sustainability has a great story to tell. And if we're not at the table when we're talking about sustainability, we might be on the menu. Whether we're just there to talk or we're just there to listen, we have to be a part of these discussions about sustainability. And being a part of the Federation of State Beef Councils and with our state partners, we have to be a part of that conversation.
And finally, Clay, how does research and science play into sustainable food systems and the future of industries like the U.S. beef cattle industry?
Well, we produce the #1 protein, in my opinion, in a wholesome product of beef. And research is one of our #1 pillars, and that's why we put the dollars behind it within the Federation of State Beef Councils and with the State Beef Councils as a part of our partnership with them. And research has to be a part of those, whether that's with the grants that we work with our universities and partners, and each year with the Beef Promotion Operating Committee, and those dollars that we put behind those ARs, and what we do with our partnerships across all of our industries.
Absolutely. Well, thank you so much for being with us here on Cattleman to Cattleman.
Thanks for having me.
Sustainability research is funded by Beef Checkoff dollars, and you can track the latest findings and get valuable information on sustainability and how it's impacting the beef cattle industry by visiting the website beefresearch.org.